Are you one of those people that maybe haven't gotten a raise because of the awkwardness of asking for a raise? Workplace analyst who heads up the Vested Group, Joel Patterson, back with us this morning. Good morning, Joel.
Good morning. How are you guys doing this morning?
Great, thank you. I don't care who it is or what level you've gotten to. Asking for a raise can be awkward. Talk to us about the circumstances in which you should ask for a raise.
Yeah, you're right. It is definitely an awkward situation for a lot of people, but the first thing I'd encourage people is don't allow that to keep you from standing up and asking for what you believe you deserve. It's normal to feel that way, but self-advocacy is really one of the biggest skills that you can learn in your career. So make sure that you're really pushing the envelope a little bit there. But once you're ready and once you kind of get your head around it, first of all, make sure that you read, if you've got a contract, make sure you read the terms of your contract to decide whether or not it's even possible. And then really the most important thing that you can do is go in with data. Make sure that you do your research. There's a lot of tools online that help you evaluate if you're being paid equitably with other people in a similar position. Make sure that you've got data, and then really focus on how you've impacted the organization. What are your wins? Show them you deserve it and build a case. They'll just walk in and think that it's just automatically going to happen for you because you took the time to schedule the meeting. You really need to go in there with a plan, and then depending on your audience, think of the right way to deliver the message, whether it's over an informal lunch or if you schedule a meeting. Really read the situation and make sure, again, that you've got data to support your cause.
Joel, what do you think of this philosophy? And obviously this isn't for everybody, but if there's a way that you could do something more or maybe manage something better and add it to your task list, and that's kind of the convincing piece if you go through and maybe it's not going well, or it's, they're like, you're trying to prove your point more. You say, hey, I'll take over that task and do that for you as part of understanding that, you've got to get that taken care of, and I'm asking for more money. Does that work?
I think it does. I think that is a very unique approach to being able to go in and proving your value. If you can really demonstrate how you're going to positively impact the organization, it'd be hard for your supervisor to not go to bat for you. Now, the flip side of that is you really need to understand what's going on with the organization as a whole.
Right.
If, during COVID, if they're struggling and maybe they can't do anything to change your pay right now, you need to recognize that going in, because timing, just like with everything in life, is everything. And understanding your audience is really going to help you in whether or not you're successful.
Okay, here's a twist. So how your boss say no predict whether or not you start looking for your next opportunity?
Well, I think they need to have a good reason, right? As long as they can do the same thing that you've done, and you've gone in there with data and unemotional points, if they can respond to you and say, well, this is the reason why I can't do it, or you're not living up to expectations here, you also need to be prepared to hear those things. One of the things that I see people do to really kind of not help their situation is go in with ultimatums. They walk in there and they say, I'm either give me this or I'm leaving. You got to be prepared for them to actually say, okay, and walk you out the door. But I would fully expect that supervisor to have some reasonable rationale for why he's responding or she's responding the way that they are, to make sure that you feel still valued, and that you didn't feel like you were beaten down because you walked in and asked for something that you felt like you deserved.
Joel Patterson is a workplace analyst. He heads up the Vested Group. We will put this in the podcast section at woodradio.com.
And Joel is available right now if you want to make appointments with him to take him with you. I'm just kidding.
Do some role playing.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you, Joel.
I'm always here. All right, y'all take care.